Good morning. I wanted to just pop on this morning and say, first of all, thank you. Thank you so much for all of your messages, your emails, and your texts, sharing appreciation and gratitude to me for my free offerings to you. So that's a mutual thing. I'm really, really happy to do it as I feel really called right now to step up and step into my work and my gifts and my offerings and really share them with you in a way that makes a difference to you. I feel like I was born for these times. I know it could seem like things are crazy and chaotic, and they are, but I feel very optimistic that they're coming apart in a very productive way to be put together and reconstructed in a very conscious and intentional way of our choosing that makes old structures that are obsolete just evaporate and go away, and new structures to be put in their place. And honestly, this has been predicted for a long time. A lot of the teachers that I follow have talked about how we're in these cycles of change, and it's going to be intense and things are going to change. So one of those teachers is Greg Braden. So I encourage you to look at him if you don't know what he's about. But that's not what I wanted to talk about. That's a whole other topic, and I'm going to be doing some Gaia gatherings that I'll tell you about later as I get closer to being able to present those to you, where I will present my favorite teachers and their work, and I will have a forum in which we can discuss what's gone on in the teachings. What I really wanted to do this morning was to underscore the free offerings that I have, and probably for the foreseeable I'm going to be offering these things because first of all I'm loving doing them, second of all I feel like they're really helpful and necessary right now. So the first free offering, you've seen it for a while on the pages, is my yoga. It's every Sunday at 11 a.m. And for those of you who've come to the yoga, you know it's not just a physical exercise. My yoga is really truly designed to connect to your mental patterns and your emotional patterns and offer them a pathway through which they could be digested and transmuted and transformed. So it's a very deep practice, although the shapes are quite simple and easy for everyone to do, and it helps us along on our evolutionary journey, because I feel like we need to take our bodies with us. And I don't know if you've noticed, but I've certainly noticed that my body's speaking to me louder than it used to. And it's not just because I'm getting older, it's because we're actually being invited to expand and raise our vibration, expand our container. And so it's beneficial for us to really be in communication and relationship with our energy system, our nervous system, and our physical system, and invite it into its next evolution and the expression of who we are when we're in that skillful and intelligent relationship with our energetic system, with our intuition and our wisdom. The next free offering that I have is my intuition quiz that tells you what your particular intuitive capacity is, because I feel like we're all intuitive, every one of us, we all have skills, and when we know what they are, we can activate them consciously and intentionally. So doing the quiz is the first step to you getting activated and acquainted with your own innate wisdom. And yes, now more than ever, I feel like we need to lean into our own capacity to know the difference between truth and non-truth. Um, Spins on stories that spin on stories can help us, can make us confused. And a way to help us come back to truth and clarity is to lean into the communications that rise from the wisdom of our body that knows what feels digestible and appropriate and correct, and what does not. And I really want to support you in cultivating that skill. So I also have a course on intuition that I would encourage everyone to do, just to develop that inner wisdom. But that's not free, but it's not expensive. I've made things really, really accessible. But when you do the quiz, you can get into the masterclass too, which is free. And the masterclass will give you more information about how to connect to your own intuitive capacity and how to work with that, and more information how to go deeper should you decide that you want to. The next free thing that I'm offering that I'm super excited about, that is on Saturday mornings at 11 Pacific Standard Time, is my happiness hour. I loved it. I started last week and I've been trying to get the video up. I've got some technical difficulties, but I'm going to get that video up because it was so much fun. I invited people to come along. You're invited to come along. If you have sort of a question that you're sticking with that you don't know the answer to, and you'd really like to get some insight and some more information, and along the way also get some tools to support you in raising your experience of joy and your experience of happiness inside this physical container, inside this time that we're in that can really be particularly challenging. So you're invited to come to that. I'm going to put the links for both the yoga practice, which again is 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on Sunday morning. You're invited to come to that. And the happiness hour, which is 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, Saturday morning. So I will be posting those links, and I'll be posting a video about the happiness hour just as soon as I work out my glitches. And then don't forget about the quiz too. That's free. You can just get more insight about you and your way of being, and how to support yourself in being the best expression that you can be, to sort of connect deeper into your own wisdom. And then that takes you to the free masterclass. So all these free things, I really designed them for you to be able to take advantage of them and get some valuable information and help you make decisions and choices. If you want to come further on this journey with me, which I would love you to, I invite you to, and I would love us all to rise together and really optimize this time of change that we're in, and do it in a joyful and peaceful container that's stress-free, that's worry-free, that's anxiety-free, that's depression-free and grief-free. And yes, that really, really is possible. And I would love to show you how. All right, please join me. Namaste, lots of love. It's not letting me close. There it is.